It is, I suppose, as foregone a conclusion as these things can be, but for Celtic there's still a job to be completed, while for the team from Luxembourg it's a question of pride and to a certain extent I would think a damage limitation exercise on this daunting trip to Glasgow. Martin O'Neill has opted to rest a few of his first choice players in readiness for Sunday's Old Firm game against Rangers, which means an opportunity for the likes of Mark Burchill, Eyal Berkovic, the Israeli international, and the Brazilian Rafael Sheed to enhance their claims for a regular spot. Jeunesse earned their first league point of the season at the weekend, having lost their opening game. They have a sprinkling of Luxembourg internationals in their lineup and have one definite goal in mind, and that's to score one. Although regarded as their country's leading club, they haven't managed a single goal away in Europe in 13 years. Celtic looking to cement their place in the next round. A 4-0 lead then from the first leg. And it's likely to be, I would think, a busy old night for the Jeunesse defence and their goalkeeper, John van Rijswijk. They have met before in Europe, these two teams, back in 1977. Celtic winners 11-1 on aggregate on that occasion, 6-1 away, 5-0 at Parkhead. And of course, Martin O'Neill's team very much the favourites here tonight. Here's Bobby Petter. An early chance for Celtic. Some good covering, though, by Jean Wagner to deny young Simon Lynch, who's just 18 and regarded as a very exciting young prospect at Celtic Park. Corner then to Celtic. Oh, the Luxembourg defence have rather gotten to sleep here. And a chance for Mialbi arriving far post. He claims a corner. The referee says goal kick. Some woeful marking then from Jeunesse on the corner. That was Shaw's breaking, one of the Luxembourg internationals. But to no avail. Celtic quickly into their stride. Unbeaten so far in the Scottish League under Martin O'Neill, who's made an early impact, that's for sure. Such an effervescent character. This is Colin Healy, the Irish under-21 international. He's done well too. Healy with the cross, and it goes Burchill, and there's the opening goal of the night. Mark Burchill, a player who feels his chances are restricted at Celtic, with the likes of Larsson and now of course Chris Sutton ahead of him in the queue. Determined to make his mark this evening, maybe drive home a point or two. And that was a really well taken header from the young Scottish striker. The opening goal on 12 minutes for a 5-0 aggregate lead now. So already Jeunesse on the back foot. They were third in the Luxembourg League in the last campaign and were the cup winners too. Celtic of course finished runners-up to Rangers. Still very much the kingpins in Scotland. Martin O'Neill hoping to change all that this season. This is Sabodik. Haven't really got into gear as an attacking force in any way so far, Jeunesse, and it's bound to be, I think, very much a rearguard action for them this evening. Oh, it's a good ball. It's Burchill threatening again, marauding up front and claiming his second goal. It's 2 in 2 minutes from Burchill. Despite the presence of two defenders, he had too much guile for them and too much accuracy on the shot for John van Rijswijk in that Jeunesse goal. Lovely ball from Oliver Tabili, the Ivory Coast international. Still much work to be done. And it was a supreme piece of finishing then from Burchill. Razor sharp in front of goal. 2-0 to Celtic. It's now 6-0 overall. Safely back to Jonathan Gould, who may not exactly be over-occupied this evening. Here's Tabili again. Signed by John Barnes back in the summer of '99 from Sheffield United. Won by Mialbi. All the early running has come from Celtic. And they're looking dangerous again with Lynch. And now Berkovic. And it goes Burchill. It's a hat-trick. 3 goals in 3 minutes from Mark Burchill. And finishing of the very highest calibre. Well, I know Craig Brown, the Scotland manager, thinks very highly of him, and no wonder with this kind of finishing. Good work from Berkovic, the Israeli, to help set him up. The goalkeeper seemed to be caught in 2 minds in Van Rijswijk. And in-nipped Burchill to take full advantage. A lightning hat-trick. Tabili to cut it out. Yalbi's mistake. A rare sight of goal. It fell to the number 6 there, Ernard Botic, and didn't extend Jonathan Gould in any way. Rush of blood to the head. He couldn't believe he had a shooting situation, I don't think. Here's Tabili. Paul Lambert, who is captaining Celtic this evening, the Scottish international. It's been hard going so far for Jeunesse. And their coach, Eric Brusco, wasn't too complimentary about Celtic after the first game. He said he wasn't too impressed. He might make him pay for those words. Here's Berkovic being fouled from behind by Borbiconi. Berkovic again. A player who is not guaranteed a regular place with Celtic, Berkovic. He knows he has yet to win favour with Martin O'Neill. Good display tonight wouldn't go amiss. Again, the offender was Borbiconi. So again, it is a worrying moment for Jeunesse. Berkovic with the free kick. And another goal. Well, the wall did not do its job. It left goalkeeper Van Rijswijk stranded on his goal line. No response from him as it arrowed into the corner. Beautifully placed too by Berkovic. And it's turning into a rout already. 4-0 on the night. And we've only been playing 20 minutes. So far, the Luxembourg team's goal has been under siege. Celtic with some very impressive movement in this first half, but you would have to say against some very static defending. More problems brewing now. It was almost another one right across the face of goal from Burchill, who's on fire at the moment. But look how easily that defence was opened up. Berkovic, who just slotted it through so casually, and only inches away then from another goal. Burchill has got 3 already. And they have a corner, Jeunesse, conceded by Reset, the Norwegian. So something at least for Jonathan Gould to do in that Celtic goal. Celtic without many of their first choice players. There was an almighty scramble then, and they very nearly conceded a goal, eventually whacked away by Tabili. A rare moment of defensive uncertainty from Celtic. As expected, it's been very much one-way traffic so far. Celtic already 4-0 up from the first game, have added another 4 in the first half here. Mark Burchill, very much the hero with his whirlwind hat-trick, and Eyal Berkovic claiming the other goal. Welcome back to the second half of this UEFA Cup qualifying round second leg. Celtic leading Jeunesse by 4-0, 8-0 on aggregate. They've made a double change at half-time. Tommy Boyd is on, and also Liam Miller, a young Irishman. Boyd, who's replaced Mark Burchill, and the crowd still buzzing with Burchill's 3-minute first-half hat-trick, confirmed as the quickest in European history. But taking no further part in the game. Here's Berkovic. Won by Petter. Once again, the Luxembourg team being pinned back here. Oh, they've conceded another one. Berkovic. Oh, a real fumble by goalkeeper Van Rijswijk. He made a complete hash of it as it bounced, well, awkwardly in front of him, but really no more than that. I'm afraid his incompetence has gifted Celtic another goal. And Berkovic won't score an easier one than this. It's 5-0 on the night. Tabili. It's another chance and almost another goal. This time the goalkeeper going some way to redeeming himself as he saves from reset. But they're still under pressure as he tipped that one wide. And you really do think it's just a question of how many Celtic will score. That's a good stop by the keeper then. He stayed back on his line this time, and it proved to be the right selection too as he clawed out the header, I think from Rafael, the Brazilian. This is the chap who was John Barnes' last signing. He cost $5 million from the Brazilian club Grêmio Porto. Had a lot of problems with appendicitis back in January, and he's hardly featured for Celtic so far. Off goes Lamborel, the captain. They haven't really had any penetration though going forward at all. Let's see what they can do here with Kurtz. At least they have some possession. But now they might be really stretched. Off goes Petter again. He looked dangerous in the first half with his pace. Now Berkovic, who's got 2 so far. It's resets. It's another one. The goalkeeper caught off balance, and Reset, who had an effort saved by the keeper earlier in the half, has beaten him this time. 6-0 on the night. No real answer then from the Jeunesse defence. They were turned one way then the other after blatant obstruction there on Berkovic. He's done well, Reset. Might have taken a deflection there, I think. Mialbi again directing that traffic towards the Jeunesse goal. There's been little respite for them, the part-timers from Luxembourg. Petter again looking to take defenders on. It's a great little run too from the Dutchman. Unlucky. The crowd rising to him there as he set off on that scintillating run. Blistering turn of speed from Bobby Petter. He really does seem to be thriving under Martin O'Neill. Mialbi's header. Again, Celtic pouring forward. Berkovic once more at the heart of operations. Here's Bobby Petter. There they signed from Ipswich in England. Berkovic. And Berkovic again. Not the power this time. But he has been very busy, very active, Eyal Berkovic, a former West Ham and Southampton player. There's Dillman, one of the Jeunesse substitutes, against Scottish international Tommy Boyd. Celtic have been so dominant in this game, but then no one really anticipated otherwise. Just too strong for the Luxembourg team in every department, really. As emphasised there. And back they come again, sweeping forward. Berkovic with Petter the option to his left. Oh, beautifully fouled too. Away goes Petter. Is this going to be another one? It is. It's Petrov. It's goal number 7. Came in on the blind side, round the back there, unguarded. Very good finish though from the Bulgarian. It hasn't been their night in any shape or form. Rueful expression and no wonder on the face of Eric Brusco. Play on. And they're back in business again with Petrov. Berkovic, he's got Petrov ahead of him. Still Berkovic going for his own hat-trick. But he really has caught the eye with his imagination, his craft and his guile. Defenders rather backing off, and in the end inviting him to go for goal. which was somewhat ill-advised, I would think, the mood he's been in. Now, can they grab a consolation here? This is Nice. Toss, though, too heavy. Well, they've got a free kick anyway. Not too much else has gone right for them here. Celtic have really turned on the style and underlined the difference in quality between the two teams. Lamborel. It's a save by Jonathan Gould. One of very few he's had to make this evening. At least that brought the best out of him. Vukovic. Now, can they round it off with another goal here? Well, there isn't time, but a comprehensive demolition job nonetheless, successfully completed by Celtic. Petrov among the scorers, 7-0 on the night, 11-0 overall. Vukovic with 2, he was outstanding from midfield. Mark Birchall led the scorers, though, with his memorable first half hat-trick.